Hello, everyone. My name is James Lynn. I'm a library media specialist in Atlanta, Georgia. So what I'm doing today is I want to show you how to use Microsoft Sway. Now, Microsoft Sway is a presentation tool that you can use to share information with other people. It's very similar to PowerPoint. They're both made by Microsoft, but this one has a little more professionalism to it. It looks more professional. I think it's a little easier to use. Takes a lot of the work out of it that you have in PowerPoint. So I'm going to give you an example of what one looks like, and then I'm going to show you how to make one. So this one right here is one that I made that you will have access to. So it'll show you how to do it. So all this information I put in here. So your final product, if you click on design right here, it will show you your final product. So this is it right here. So there's my title, my picture. There's a audio a component that I uploaded that you can listen to, and you have some pictures that you can flip through. It's more audio that you can listen to, and more pictures to flip through. Then we have some information. Sometimes the information is below it. Sometimes it's to the right of the picture. There are headings and subheadings. I like this one because it's a comparison. You can slide this left and right to look at the picture, compare things. There's some videos you can upload. These are YouTube videos. Another slide picture. And more slide pictures right there. A summary and references. So pretty simple. It looks pretty good. It's very professional looking, very simple to create. And I'm going to show you how to do that yourself. So on your homepage from Sway, which you find in Microsoft Office 365, what you're going to do is you're going to click on New. And right here, you'll click on the title box and you'll title your Sway. Yours is going to be something like Filipino American cultural comparisons or something like that. I'm just going to do solar system just to show you how it looks. So solar system. And then I can click a background if I want to. If I click a background, I click on this right here. And then I can upload a picture, or I can search for a picture on the internet. So I'm searching for a picture on the internet. So I'm going to type in solar system. I hope if I spell it correctly. I found it anyway. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this picture and I'm going to drag it to this box right there. Boom. All right. So if I click on design, it'll show me what it looks like. Solar system right there. Click back on storyline. This is where all the information goes. All right. So I will click on add insert content right there. They're not slides per se because it's all going to be one continuous program, unlike PowerPoint. So this is just going to be considered content. So I'm going to insert new content. I'm going to put a heading. And so the first part of the solar system is our, say I type in our sun. Well, let's do inner planets first. Inner planets. Okay. So I can type in inner planets. There. And then find a picture of inner planets and drag it over here to this bone. Then I can add more content. So if I want to do, there's 4 different types of content. Suggested, text, media, group. Suggested is a heading, text, image, stack, upload. Text is going to be heading 2, which can be slightly smaller heading, and then text, which is normal. Media is going to be image, video, audio, embedded or uploaded. And then grouping is going to be automatic, grid, comparison, stack, and slideshow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do stack first. That's kind of similar to what I did in the other ones. I'm going to click on stack. And so the inner planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. So first one I'll do is Mercury. Type in Mercury. Take a picture of Mercury and drag it over here. Then I'll do Venus. Now you'll have to do research to know what information to put on yours. I got to make sure I drag it right here into stack. If I do it too low, it's going to not be part of the stack. It's got to be right on the stack. Boom. You can tell because it's in the same box right here. Mercury, Earth. At our home planet, Earth. Again, not too low. Got to be right there on it. Boom. And then Mars. And I take Mars and I drag it over here. Boom. All right. Now, when I click on design, it's going to look like this. So I can just click through these right here. There we go. So I have the inner planets and then the planets right there. Now, if I want to talk about these planets, this is where I would click right below inner planets, right there at the very end of it. And then I would click on media, and then I can do an audio or video or something like that. So I can click on audio, and then I can just click record right here and record information. Something like I click record, it says get ready, and the first picture is Mercury. The second picture is Venus. The third picture is Earth, and the fourth picture is Mars. And if I like it, I'll hit stop and then add to sway. If I want to re-record it, I would hit re-record. So I can hit re-record and hit yes. It gets ready and it'll do it again. So I'm not stuck with the first chance. The first planet is Mercury. The second planet is Venus. The third planet is Earth. And the fourth planet is Mars. So then I'll hit stop and then I'll hit add to sway. And it'll add it right there. Beep, beep, beep. It's adding it. We're preparing it. And it might take a second or two. It's pretty short audio, so it won't take that long. If it's longer audio, like a minute or two, it may take a minute or two to actually upload. So while it's doing that, it'll take a second. I was going to see if it was going to be very short. There it is. Okay, now it's adding. Almost there. And that's just taking a little bit longer than I wanted to. So what I would do is I will come down here and I can click underneath that, and then I can do another heading, and I might say outer planets. And then I can type in a picture over here of outer planets. It helps if I have more than one word there. Okay. So then I can drag that over here to this. All right. Then I can do the same thing again. I can do insert content. But instead of media, instead of grouping stack, I'm going to do grouping slideshow. I'll show you what that looks like. You decide which one you want to do. So I would do Jupiter would be the first planet. So I'd say Jupiter. Get a picture of Jupiter, stick it in there. And then what's next, guys? Saturn, right? Saturn. So Saturn is the next planet. So I'll take that and drag it, make sure it's inside. Saturn. Uranus. There's Uranus right there. So I will take that and drag it. And then Neptune. And then drag it in here, and then Pluto. Well, Pluto's not technically part of the solar system, so I'm not going to add that because I forgot that it is not considered a planet. It is a dwarf planet now, so I won't add that one. Okay, so I might add that to a different section. So I'm going to save Pluto for later. So what I would do is if I wanted to do the same thing, I could come up here. Now, I could come up here. Where is outer planets? There you are. Okay. So right under outer planets, I would add a media again, and then maybe put another audio, hit record, and then do the same thing I did before. The outer planets consist of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And then add to sway. and then it's going to add that. So we have a slideshow, which I will show you what that looks like if you click on design. So here's a slideshow. I can click on like this. Okay. So there's our slideshow that they can look at. It's just a little bit different than this one right here. Okay. Now, if you don't like the way that looks, you could click on this right here, and under group type, instead of clicking slideshow, I could click, say, grid. Now, what grid's going to do is going to make it look like this instead. So we might like that better. And so I might leave that. And this might not look so. Now you can change the styles. This is just a suggested style, but if you click on style over here, again, it's just the top right hand corner, styles. And then I can do a remix. I could change it from vertical to horizontal. If I do horizontal, it would look like this right here. So when I close this out, it'll look like this. I kind of like that because it puts the audio right above the slideshow. That's kind of cool. All right. But again, you can change the styles up. Like I could click on this one right here, and that's going to make it look a little different. Or this one. Give it a little color scheme different. Solar system, inner planets. I like this a lot, actually. So I might just keep this one. All right, so I'm going to click close right there. Yeah. So if I don't like this type of grouping where it stacks it, I could do other ones. Let's try this right here and see how that's different. Design. There we go. So it kind of just like slides it. Not too bad. All right. So if I want to go back and add more information in here, I could click on under outer planets, or actually under this right here. So I could click on this, and I could click on, I could do another heading. I could do the sun, or I can do the dwarf planets, or I could do other bodies like asteroids and comets and such. I can upload videos. Now, if I want to add a video to it, say, so I want to add a video comparing different planets. I could click on media, video. Okay. So over here, I can type in a video. Why isn't Pluto a planet? So I could click on this. I want to add this to my presentation. I can click on this right here, and this adds right there. I can add, and I can title it there. Why isn't Pluto a planet? So I could add that to it right there like that. Which is nice. And I can do hyperlinks. If I want to add a hyperlink, I can. I could bullet it, add numbers, stuff like that. If I don't like that slide, I can always delete it with a little trash can. And this right here helps me emphasize it if I want to emphasize. If I want to be really big, boom, I click on this right here. That's going to make it really important in the presentation. See how big it is now? Why isn't Pluto a planet? Okay, so that makes it very important to this presentation. So eventually I'm going to want to add just images. If I want to just concentrate on one planet at a time, say I want to do Mercury. And so what I'll do is I can take a picture of Mercury, boom, drag it over here, and then I can type facts about Mercury. Mercury, closest planet to the sun. And if I wanted to bullet this, I could say closest planet to the sun, has no moon, orbits the sun in 88 days. You know. So whatever information you want to put on there, and I can highlight these notes right there. I could bullet point it like that. So when I go to my design, go to the end of it, there's Mercury right there. It's not emphasized enough, so let me click right here, emphasize it, boom. So now see how much bigger it is now. It's a big difference. All right, so all right, so what else can we do with this? There's a lot of different things we can do. There's text. If you just want to do text, like you might want to do a text for your sources or references. You can just type in all your references right there, and then maybe do a link to the websites you got your information, that kind of thing. So sources go here, for example. If you want to do another one, you might do, let's see, comparison, where you might want to compare two different things. This is where you do the slideshow part. So, for example, if I want to compare Venus and Earth, type in Venus, put it on top, and then Earth right here. Take a picture of Earth, put it down here. Okay. So now it's a group comparison. If I go to the design and I go over here to this, I can slide it left or right. See, I can slide it left to right. So that is done again under group comparison. You can do grids or automatic. Those are different options as well. Grid would be good if I were like showing all 8 planets, or automatic, it does an automatic group. So if I do an automatic, I could do boink. I'll do the moon together. The moon. Okay. And then over here, it like groups it together, stacks it like that. All right. So there's not a lot of things you can do with the fonts. That's all done in the design, and that's just great because it keeps you out of having to think about that kind of stuff, which is nice. Now, the images that you create are Creative Commons only, which means that they're not going to be copyright issues. If you stay in this box right here with this box click right there, you're not going to have copyright issues. So that's always good to use as well. Now, if you do something you want to reorder, you can. All you do is drag it up to wherever you want to go. So you just click on the box right here, and you click and drag it up here, and it adds it down up here as well. So there's a lot you can do with this and make it look pretty nice. So I suggest you just play around with it and see what you can do. Decide if you want to do horizontal or vertical. That's totally up to you. I want to see what it would look like if I went back to vertical, because I kind of like vertical too. All right. So close this out. So this is what it looked like if it did vertical, the inner planets. Okay. Oh, there's our video right there. Emphasize. That's nice. There's our slide. Yeah. So play around with it and see what you can do. Find out a lot of research before you do it. Have your research done before you actually make your Microsoft Sway. It'll make things go a lot simpler if you know what you're writing down. Have your sources already ready so you can throw them in at the bottom. Look at my example that I created for Japan and United Kingdom as a guide for you to use. And I think you'll be very successful if you follow those directions. So if you need more information, you can always just Google it or look on YouTube for some more ideas on what to do with Microsoft Sway. And I hope you have fun with this. I know I sure had fun learning Microsoft Sway and using it, and I'm sure you will too. And more importantly, I hope that you learn a lot about your culture and our culture as you do this project. Thanks, guys.